Oh, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Waffle Ladders. Today we're talking about Amelia Earhart. You know, the woman who set out to fly around the world, but then just disappeared, like your socks in the dryer, or government and accountability. Was it engine failure, a tropical storm, or was it a secret spy mission involving Japanese islands, coconut crabs, and aliens? Yes, that's a real theory. Welcome back to Waffle Ladders, where we climb to the peak of questionable history and slide down the conspiracy chute with maximum sarcasm and zero dignity. Let's climb the ladder. Number 10, she crashed and sank. The boring theory. The date was July 2nd, 1937, and she was supposedly attempting to fly around the world. Her plane, the Lockheed Electra, lost radio contact near Holland Island in the Pacific. The US launched the largest search and rescue operation of the time. No plane, no bodies, nada. So the official, least fun explanation, she ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. That's it, end of story. Just to pilot a plane and the Pacific being all Pacific-y. But if that's true, why are we still talking about her 80 years later? Could you miscalculate fuel that badly? Number 9, the Japanese captured her. Now we're talking. According to this spicy theory, Amelia didn't crash. She landed on the Japanese-controlled Marshall Islands, where she was captured, imprisoned, and maybe even executed. Because obviously, when you find a confused pilot, step 1 is espionage charges. But let's be honest, she would have probably been the least helpful prisoner of all time, as she, as far as we know, had no military knowledge. Oh yeah, so unlikely.
Do you think she got frequent flyer miles for that?
Well, good question, but that really wasn't a thing at that point.
I guess she wouldn't be able to use them anyways if she was in a Japanese prison.
Good point. Number 8, she became Tokyo Rose. Now this one probably came from a budding movie writer hoping to get a Hollywood contract. Some conspiracy theorists think Amelia was brainwashed into becoming Tokyo Rose, the radio propagandist who broadcast for Japan during World War II. Her broadcasts were anti-USA propaganda intended to discourage US GIs. She would say things like, "Hey GI, your girl's cheating on you back home. Your warships are already on the bottom of the ocean. Soon you'll join them." Hey, also, one I like, "You're losing the war and wasting your lives. Sweet dreams." This was done to demoralize US troops. Now, it's generally believed that Tokyo Rose was actually more than one person. And it is technically possible that Earhart was one of those actors, but the odds seem to be between slim and none. Number 7, she was a spy for FDR. This one claims Amelia was recruited by President Roosevelt to do a mid-air reconnaissance over Japanese military installations. Because when you're planning a top-secret mission, obviously the best move is to send the most recognizable female pilot in the world in a bright silver plane. Makes perfect sense. There's no way he'd send the best Air Force pilots to do that. Also remember that navigating back then was a whole lot harder than today. All right, I guess we can set this one aside. Subtle, Tanner. Very subtle.
I thought so.
Number 6, she was devoured by coconut crabs. Yes, this one's real. Some researchers believe she crash-landed on Nikumamuro Island, a place to the north of Fiji, and was literally devoured by giant coconut crabs. Ooh, that had to hurt. When in doubt, I blame the crustaceans. Speaking of which, these things are absolutely nightmarish. They can be 3 feet wide, they eat meat, and if these researchers are correct, apparently have a thing for aviators. This does have a little more likelihood than some of the theories. I mean, if you landed in a place and you're surrounded by these things, then you might want to start praying. Number 5, she survived and changed her name. According to one theory, Amelia survived the crash, secretly came back to America, and assumed a new identity as a New Jersey housewife named Irene Bolam. Because clearly, if you fake your death, step one is to settle down in the suburbs and join a bridge club. The reasons for this are that she resembled her both in facial and stature appearance. Bolam also was a pilot and had gaps in her personal history. She also vehemently denied being Amelia, which is exactly what you would expect if she was her. Okay, this is probably a stretch too.
Dad.
Yeah?
Here's a secret picture of her I found on WikiLeaks. It's her, I know it.
I don't know.
But they both have dimples.
Yeah, okay. She could be Amelia, but she could be any librarian I ever asked for the conspiracy section in the library. Number 4, the Saipan grave theory. So here's the story. Some people in the northern Mariana Islands claim that they saw Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan after the crash, captured by the Japanese, imprisoned in Saipan, and eventually executed. Supposedly the locals even pointed out a specific gravesite where the two were buried. And then in the 1940s, a US military team actually dug up some bones. Exciting, right? Well, not for long, because the bones allegedly got shipped off for analysis and then, poof, vanished. They're just gone. The theory caught steam in the 60s when soldiers and locals kept coming forward with "I saw her" stories. Add in some unverified eyewitness accounts of Earhart being held as a prisoner, and suddenly you've got a full-blown conspiracy. The US government knew Amelia had been captured, found the grave, recovered the bones, and then quietly covered it all up. Why the cover-up? Well, pick your favorite. To avoid admitting the US let one of its most famous pilots die in enemy hands? Maybe. To prevent international embarrassment during World War II? Maybe. Or my personal favorite, because someone lost the evidence in a filing cabinet next to Jimmy Hoffa's forwarding address. Either way, the Saipan grave theory remains one of the most popular explanations for her disappearance. Number 3, alien abduction. Oh yes, buckle up, because we're taking off. You knew it was coming. Some people believe Amelia was abducted by extraterrestrials. Apparently the Greys wanted aviation lessons, or a celebrity guest for the Intergalactic podcast. And what evidence do these alien conspiracy backers provide? Well, she's gone. Oh sure, no other explanation comes to mind, well, except the other items on the list. So yeah, but if she is in another dimension, that would be must-watch TV. Or whatever they watch over there in the Upside Down. Number 2, time travel accident. Another theory. Amelia didn't crash. She hit a time rift, like a real-life Twilight Zone, and got zapped into the future. Or the past, who knows? Personally, I think she's just waiting for gas prices to go down so she can make another attempt. Some say she overshot her landing strip and undershot the entire decade. Imagine Amelia just casually popping up at Woodstock in 1969 like, wow, you guys sure have red eyes. Or maybe she accidentally dropped into the medieval era and is now the patron saint of confused peasants. What sorcery is this shiny bird in the sky? And if she did land in the future, she's probably in her flying car, zooming past her less experienced brethren. Number 1, she was in witness protection. This one's the conspiracy buffet. She was a spy, survived, saw something she shouldn't have, and the government hid her away with a new identity. Because nothing says top secret like trying to hide one of the most famous people in America. Actually, the US Marshal Service WITSEC program wasn't created until 1970, over 30 years after Earhart vanished in 1937. There simply was no such system at the time. Yeah, Tanner, that's exactly how witness protection works. Add sunglasses and poof, you're invisible. Try that next time you're late for court. So what really happened to Amelia Earhart? I don't know. No one knows. And honestly, the truth is probably way less fun than crab attacks and alien joyrides. But hey, if you've ever ghosted your group chat for a weekend, you've basically pulled an Earhart. Just with much less excitement and more beer. And if you made it this far, hit that like button harder than a coconut crab on a Tuesday. And subscribe before I time travel into your recommended feed again. Oh, and as always, keep climbing.
And in the morning, I'm making waffles.